Hello and welcome to this session on JavaScript. This course is CSC 109 Full Stack Web Development. In this module, we are going to see the JavaScript basics, introduction, the syntax, statements, comments, operators, variables, assignment, loops, if, switch conditions, break and continue. I am Mr. Milton Perez, Assistant Professor in Computer Science, Government College, Kandola. The outline for this topic is the introduction, syntax and statements, comments, operators, variables, assignment, loops, if and switch conditions, and finally we'll conclude with the break and continue. The student will be able to understand the basics of JavaScript after going to this course. He will get to learn the syntax and statements in JavaScript. He will get to learn the operators in JavaScript and the usage of decision making statements, loops and related statements. To begin with, JavaScript is the world's most popular web scripting language. When JavaScript was initially created, it was called LiveScript. It has evolved over a period of time to become one of the most popular scripting language for the web and was subsequently known as ECMAScript. Today it is popularly known as JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is one of the three languages all web developers must learn. We have HTML that defines the content of a web page. We have CSS to specify the styles and the layout of a web page. But it is the third part, that is JavaScript, that gives dynamicity and behavior for web pages. That's the purpose why we are going through this module, learning JavaScript as a part of web development process. JavaScript syntax is the set of rules that define how JavaScript programs are constructed. JavaScript syntax defines two types of values, literals and variables. Literals are fixed values. We could have literals of numeric form, that is numbers with or without decimal points, or we could have string literals. Strings in JavaScript represent sequence of characters enclosed in either single or double quotes. When it comes to variables, as we know, variables are used to hold value during program execution. The value of that variable can vary during the program execution. JavaScript uses the var keyword to declare variables. An equal sign is used to assign values to the variables. For example, we can have a variable x defined with the keyword var, and we can say x equal to 6. So that would assign a value 6 to the variable x. Coming to syntax and statements, an expression is a combination of values, variables and operators which computes to a value. JavaScript keywords are used to identify actions to be performed. In JavaScript, identifiers are used to name variables and also keywords, functions and other labels. The rules for legal names are much the same in most programming languages. In JavaScript, the first character must be a letter or an underscore or a dollar sign. Subsequent characters may be letters, digits, underscores or dollar signs. JavaScript does support comments. In fact, JavaScript has two types of comments. We have single line comments and multi-line comments. Single line comments are used when you want to put short lines of comments within the code. They are prefixed with double slashes. And multi-line comments are used when you have a paragraph that would go inside the code. When we are using multi-line comments, we use the slash asterisk with all the commenting text followed by asterisk slash that closes the comment. Coming to operators, JavaScript has different operators. We have the arithmetic operators, that is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponentiation, division, modulus, increment and decrement. They are very much like in the Java language. We have assignment operators. These are used to form expressions. We have the equality, then we have the additive assignment, the subtractive assignment, multiplicative and the divisive, modulus assignment and the exponent assignment. Now, these are used to compute a value and store it in a variable towards the. JavaScript has relational operators such as the equal to, the equal value and equal type, that is triple assignment, We have not equal value or not equal type. We have the greater than, the less than, the greater than equal to, the less than equal to, and we also have a ternary operator that is used for decision making. Amongst the logical operators, we have the AND operator, the logical AND, which evaluates to true if both its arguments are true. We have the logical OR operator, which evaluates to true if either or both its arguments are true, and we have the logical NOT operator that inverts the value of the operand. Bitwise operators in JavaScript work upon 32-bit numbers. We have the bitwise AND, the bitwise OR, bitwise NOT, bitwise XOR, then the zero fill left shift, then the signed right shift, and the zero fill right shift. These are rarely used, but whenever they are used upon bit streams of 32-bit numbers. JavaScript variables are very commonly used in coding. All JavaScript variables must be identified with unique names. The general rules for constructing variables are as follows. First, names can contain letters, digits, underscores, and dollar signs. Variable names must begin with a letter. Variable names can also begin with a dollar and underscore. Variable names are case sensitive, that is, uppercase is different from lowercase. Reserved words that are like JavaScript keywords cannot be used as variable names, as reserved words have special meaning in the programming language. We have loops in JavaScript that can be used for iteration. JavaScript supports loop where you need to perform an action over and over again. JavaScript supports all the necessary loops to ease down the pressure of programming. We have the while loop, the do while loop, and the purpose of the while loop is to execute a statement or code block repeatedly as long as an expression is true. Once the expression becomes false, the loop terminates. So we normally place the test condition in parentheses followed by the body of the loop. In this example, we have a count which is less than 10. If the expression count less than 10 is true, the loop will execute. When the test condition count less than 10 becomes false, it will terminate. Likewise, we have the do while loop which executes with the test condition placed at the bottom. So this loop executes at least one because the test condition is below. We have the for loop which has three parts: the initialization, the condition test, and the increment decrement. This is very much similar to what we have in C, C++, and Java. We have the decision making statements like if and switch. The if statement evaluates an expression, and if this expression evaluates to true, it executes the part following the if. We have a modified version of if with the else statement. In this case, if the test expression is true, the statements following the if part are executed, and if the expression is false, the statements following the else part are executed. So this if and else is very much similar to other languages too. We have the switch statement. The switch statement is used when you have multiple test cases. We take an expression, and if that expression results in multiple different values, it executes that part where it matches. This switch statement in JavaScript is very much the same as it was in languages like C, C++, and Java. We could optionally have a default block for the switch statement, wherein if none of the above labels match the test expression, then by default this default block gets executed. There's a break and continue statement in Java. The break statement is used to exit a loop prematurely by breaking it out of the curly braces. Whenever the loop iterates, if for some reason we want to terminate abnormally, we could use the break statement. Likewise, we have a continue statement. The continue statement does the opposite. It puts the execution once again in the loop. It can skip certain sentences or statements in the body of the loop and continue with the further execution. This is how break and continue statements execute in JavaScript. To summarize this session, we have seen the basics of the JavaScript language. We have learned the syntax and semantics in JavaScript. We have seen the operators, and we have seen the loops, the if statement, the switch statement. These are the references. Thank you.